Start.
Okay, so you're gonna be here for the pick phase with me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with picks.
And I will play the intro after they don't disconnect.
Show commitments to the game.
Yes. So maybe about 4 picks in, I'll play the intro. Yes.
That's good. That's good. I think Toby does that as well, waiting a little bit with the intro until you see first pick. That's why I always want to say, oh, interesting pick, and then the intro is wrong. I'm good at trashing his intro.
Okay. Oh, look at that! We'll talk about that when we get back here. Alright, starting the...
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Premier League. That is sponsored by Twitch TV, hosted by Ange, of course, brought to you guys by DotaCommentaries.com. I am Luminous, and the background typing noise is none other than from Wagamama, who's going to be joining me, at least for the pick phase for this game. And this, of course, it is Absolute Legend versus NaVi. This is a huge matchup. Unfortunately, it's like, what, 5 a.m. now in Australia, and these guys are tired. They're having a stand-in. That is Boba playing in place of Risk.
Oh yeah, it's 5:45 back in Australia, so it's pretty late, and they have to use a stand-in. So I'm amazed that they even play under such circumstances that late and with stand-in is pretty random.
And they have school in 15 minutes, apparently.
Yeah.
So this is hardcore Dota,
yeah. Interesting picks coming out there. I'd say the Chen first pick is very normal right now, but the Darkseid first band, that's kind of, they're showing that they think this hero is very important and they don't want to lose to it.
I have a memory of NaVi getting, they were owning really hard right early on, and then when Darkseid took the Axe Scepter, the gold chart just flipped. Like it literally just flipped. I remember, I'm not too sure what it is against NaVi or another team, where the team with the Darkseid, he just made a wall replica like a little bit in front of the racks, and all the 5 here ran through it, and they just sent the illusions in to hit the tower, and they kept doing that until the racks was done.
AL kind of did that against us and many other teams, and around the time of the Infused tournament and in the Infused tournament, they didn't do it against us, but we played against them in a scrim, and they did it. They even had Morphling on their team, so they sent in more replications, and it was just impossible to stand and defend it. And they had Rasta Wards behind it. Rasta Wards and Arcs here is such a good combination, by the way.
Yep.
You throw up the wall in front of, like right in front of the enemy tower, and then you throw your Rasta Wards a bit more out of range, so it just hits the tower. There's no way to defend that. I mean, you can't walk in and kill the Rasta Wards because you get vacuumed in, and it's really hard.
And illusion hurt 50% damage.
Oh yeah.
Minus.
Actually, on the highest level, it's 90%. So
90% on enemy illusions, 50% on friendly illusions.
The allies, indeed. And that's so much damage, and. I even played a game earlier today where the Darkseid had a refresher when I was streaming, and he just put up the dual walls when we pushed him through mid. The racks were already taken, but he just like walked through the dual walls and they took down the other racks and he went for throne.
Nice.
But nice to see Dazzle pick up.
Yeah, Absolute Legend always loved to run this Dazzle Brood lane because the Shadow Wave, what's it called? Shadow Wave? Shadow Weave? No.
Yeah. the heal is Shadow Wave and
The ultimate is Weave.
The ultimate is Weave.
Alright, so real fast, what we're going to see from Navi is Dendi Sanking solo top, Windrunner solo bot by Light of Heaven, and we're going to have Veno Venge on the mid lane, Havos on the Venge, Arzar on the Veno, and Puppy playing that Jungle Chen. I'm calling it right here, that's exactly what we're going to see. I don't know how Absolute Legend is going to run that, probably Night Stalker mid, but if they're familiar with this Veno Venge dueling mid, they might want to do something a little bit different. I think the Shadow Shaman, the Dazzle and the Brood Mother is going to run a lane together. We might see Shadow Shaman plus another carry. We'll see, though.
I think they're going to go top. I think they're going to go on the top lane, even though they have Dazzle winning. Because they did that a lot. They even did it last game.
Yeah, they do it on the long lane. So we're going to see Dazzle, Brood on the top, maybe?
Yeah, they can do it on any lane. They can, of course, mid is pretty bad, but both on top and bottom lane. And I'm going to call, I don't know what last pick they're going to go for. It's really hard to call.
I feel like they want a little bit more AoE. Seems like they're lacking a little bit, at least compared to the Venomancer ult, Sand King, power shots. But at the same time,
go for the AA if they want to. But
yeah, at the same time, they don't really have too many disables. They have the Rasa and the Night Stalker, but
yeah,
they want to pick up a couple more stuns as well. So they're in a little bit of quandary here, and I'm not too sure where they're gonna go.
Yeah, because against Sand King, naturally you want to have as many disables as you can. So probably something with an instant disable. Else AA would look great into the lineup, but
how do you feel about Nigma here?
Well, they do have so many ways of countering him.
That's true.
They do have the Windrunner Shackle Shot is really long range, the swap is longer, and the Blink Dagger and Stun from Sand King, as well as having many chain creeps. The trolls can throw their net pretty far to abort it. There are a lot of ways to abort him, and the Venomancer works links. Denies the Blink Dagger. So
right, and even if there's a great black hole, they don't really have AoE to take big advantage of that. It's all
they don't gain enough.
Okay,
so
there's
they go for star.
Great.
Some minus armor combinations.
Tanky hero, and more importantly, a way to reveal the Sand King. And
but they do have free melee heroes against the
I don't mean anything. Look at how quick they are. Look at how quickly they move, man.
No, I'm gonna say they have free melee heroes against the Chen and Venomancer lineup with good stuns to follow it up.
That's
true.
This
could be really dangerous in mid game for.
That's true.
For Ale.
Of course, the Weave, if it gets late enough on these three melee heroes, will make them extremely tanky. And Waga, if you need to leave, just shut off the Skype.
I will sign off around
as long as you can, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's look at who's playing what. Live Heaven going bot. AA on the Veno. Havos on the Venge. Yeah. Look at this. How does he know? But back on the mid lane. That was just like a shameless self promotion. Godot playing the Dazzle, Snoopy on his Shadow Shaman third game in a row, Boba playing the Slardar here, Musica playing the Night Stalker once again, and it's going to be Shaitan on the bot lane.
Interesting to see, and as always, running out for that block on top lane. Yeah.
Do you have some OP strats against this? It's like smoke gang top.
I just feel they never have like super strong level 1. So I'm surprised to see them always doing this. This kind of something teams should pick up on, because sure, looking at this lineup, they have okay level 1 fight.
It's okay.
But looking at team number 2, they have stronger. They're a lot stronger. They could go there and just burst a hero. Or they have the kind of tricks that can kill one hero instantly.
Or you could definitely do level 1 Roche against this, because you know that they're not gonna.
Yeah, but if you have Light Burst, Fury, and they might catch on to that. I don't think they are machines. But then again, Then again, it is something to notice.
Alright, so what we're going to expect here from Navi this game is Puppy's going to be jungling to maybe level 2 or 3. We're going to see Venomancer joining the Chen with a smoke gank, maybe in a huge ganking path like this. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Dendi, of course, is going to get some levels on the top, and maybe they're going to transition to a very early tower push on the top lane. We'll be getting the farm in the lane, and the advantage of having a farm Venge as well. He's going to hit level 11 really, really quick, and I don't think a lot of teams are prepared or used to playing against a high-level Venge where the swap really puts you out of position.
Kind of weird item build on Venge. I mean, he's solo mid and he doesn't have a salve, is the first thing I react on, because mid lane typically you don't have the time to run away and eat a tree.
My goodness.
again, we see some disconnects coming out from AL. This is not AL's day. And it's not even Risk this time. This time it's Musica.
Yeah, Musica was disconnecting last game too. I mean,
Okay.
AL generally don't have issues like these, right? They're usually completely fine.
I never saw them have this kind of issue, but it's not their day. And, you know, sometimes it's just hard.
Alright, that's a good time for us to check out how each lane is going to match up against each other. On the bot, it's going to be a Dazzle. Yeah, no, it's going to be a Shadow Shaman again, and a Brood. Where the hell is Dazzle going? Dazzle going top with the. That makes a little bit more sense. And we're going to have Dendi roaming to the bot lane, helping the Light of Heaven. So who's on top now? Chen? Are they doing a huge lane switch? Is that it?
It looks like it.
Yeah, Winry might be going to the secret shop.
Rotation, I guess. But
yeah, man, checking on the CS stats. Is that Farming Venge leading the way, man? Don't mess with her votes.
Oh man, yeah, she actually has 4 times more farm than the entire enemy team
Yeah, that's
put together.
That's legit.
That is, it's not very often you can say that about
anything, right?
And she's infinitely better than her own team at last hitting, which is also worth mentioning. Both at denying and last hitting.
Right, infinitely better. Oh man.
So I think the only good player in NaVi is Vost, judging by these stats, which are very, very reliable stats.
Yep.
Ready, and a normal European smile coming out from Smile.
What is a non-European smile?
Well, that's the this is the not normal European smile. It's the
just see with a happy or with the quote
with the happy mouth. That's the Russian smile.
That's the Russian smile.
Or Eastern European, yeah, you need to know these things.
Oh, really? Okay.
If you're talking to a Russian guy and want to make him, if you want to be like him and make him accept you, then you need to use the Russian smile.
So if you use a wrong smile, they're like, oh, you're a foreigner.
Oh, they're gonna look at you differently, Oh,
so,
okay.
So you got to do that then if you're.
That's the unhappy one. Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
This is good for you if you meet, I don't know, say Vilat or someone like that, or for interaction with Casper over Suta. But that's pretty normal, yeah. The Russian smile. So seeing him doing the normal European smile is very out of character.
Out of.
But judging by the 0 response, we can say they're probably not ready.
I don't think AL smiling right now. There's nothing. There's no smiles.
They're not that happy. No.
Oh man, if you. Says go.
Cool.
I'm trying to get even more infinitely better than my team, he says.
Yeah.
It has not been AL's day. If you guys haven't joined our broadcast since from the beginning, they are going to resume. Why? What is that gonna...
Just to take one creep. Did you see that? Vost
yeah, man.
That's a little bit. So now he's really strong. Really strong lead. Looking at the gold graph right now, we can see just zigzagging down to the favor of the Dire.
Light of Heaven says 2-minute AFK. I need to really make sure this.
Look at the timestamps of the gold graph. It's
it makes no sense.
25 seconds in. You know what's funny when you see a level 1 Roshan? One team will have the gold advantage before minute 0, so it will just, plainly start down at the advantage of what it is Roshan gives, like 1,500. It will just start down there. It's not even gonna start at. It's not gonna go logical.
All right, so it looks like Absolute Legend is ready, And yeah,
Oh.
just a quick. Normally the Premier League games are a best of 2 series, but because Absolute Legends, because Absolute Legend cannot play game number 2 due to whatever reasons, they were waiting for a long time. NaVi has very nicely agreed to that this is gonna be a best of 1 series. Whoever wins this game is gonna have either 2-0 or 0-2.
Yeah. Exactly. So, a lot at stake for just one game. 15 minutes AFK will get a beer for everyone. For all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem. He's just gonna fly around the world, hand it out.
Man, this game, I think no one is actually happy playing this. Navi's mad because the game's delayed for like about 2 hours. Absolute Legend is just sad. Oh, it looks like...
Silent resumes of Light of Heaven this game.
Still checking Havos. Infinitely better than his team, and they might make a go against Musica. This is a really tough start. Ven just got 8 creep kills already, so that means a very quick boot to speed for her if she wants to pick that one up.
Yeah, she probably will. And some harass going down.
What do you feel about this interesting dual lane that that Navi's been running for a long time?
I think it's really hard to lane against. You need to find something like if you put your own dual lane against it. Of course, if you have a Lich dual lane, you will own it. But just laning Night Stalker straight up mid is going to be really hard.
Yeah, I actually seen
Bench benefits from farm so much. She actually does.
And levels. I definitely seen teams who did try to do like a Lich, I think a Dragon Knight lane against this. And Navi just like, okay, we'll just leave our Venge here and Aveno will roam, and the Venge just pulled ahead in terms of EXP. So yeah, that's how they counter it. Here comes a haste in the Ancient Aberration, or excuse me. When I see AA, man, when I see Arzard, I was like, Ancient Aberration, here we go. And it's
because it's smiling.
It's Venomancer.
That slow is so good. Venomancer slow. It's really super strong. I want to see numbers on how strong it is. I mean, 50%, yeah, but it doesn't really tick off exponentially. It's just
it lasts forever. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, the slow is just super long.
Yeah, so far, a very tame early game. I think what really Navi's waiting for is that Chen gank. They do have the smoke ready. He's jungling, maybe looking for a better creep. Maybe waiting for a level 2 Test of Faith before going out. But we're going to see it at some point. And right now, Vengeful Spirit getting level 3. And the more important thing, they're keeping Musica down, as he is getting no farm at all. As you expect this lane to really own.
Yeah.
Back on the bot lane here, we have level 4.5 Broodmother, level 4 Broodmother, and Snoopy doing a little bit of pulls. He did counter ward top, and he's going to be doing a stack pull here. And that's going to deny some of Dandy's XP, but he does. I don't think he minds too much. He could really put his head really far in against the Broodmother, and he's not going to be too afraid.
Is he going to pull the little normal camp with Night Stalker? Looks like that's what he want to do. And yeah, he's going to go for it.
I didn't even know you could pull this.
He's right.
Yep.
Yeah, it works.
You definitely cannot do this in Dota 1. I know that for sure. I made a jungling guy for Dota 1, and I tried this before. But apparently you could do it in Dota 2. Cool.
Yeah. You can actually pull the bottom one as well. Big camp, if you want to. You can pull it up to the mid lane as well.
Right. And here we go. That Chen gang coming in. They are running past wards. Maybe want to go on high ground and smoke back up. No, they're going to be jungling a little bit here. And meanwhile on the top lane here, Boba plus Godot just farming this lane here. We do see level 2 Poison Touch, a single level heal, and no Grave just yet. Back in the mid lane here, Musica, since that Venomancer is gone, so he's gonna have an easier time laning. But still, against Vengeful Spirit, it's kind of tough. But that pull definitely helped out a little bit. Here we go. They are smoked up, and the question is, where did they smoke? Did they smoke under the?
I think they smoked up here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think one of the strong point about this lane is not many dual lane mid has a very direct melee stun like this. Yeah, Magic Missile, gonna be a net, a Gale, all these right hits. Test of Faith's gonna make sure to get the kill, but who's gonna pick up first blood? Havos. as they're going to transition right into push. Just as I was saying, this one of the strengths of this is dual lane. They have a strong lead stun, and you know most other dual hero mid, like you know a Lich doesn't have a reliable stun like that. So and this tower will be going down. There's a net. Snoopy being allowed out of position. He's going to take the Gale and then Magic Missile. This is a free kill that they didn't have to give up.
Wow.
Absolute Legend making some.
This is gonna cost towers.
Yeah, that's a level 1 tower. Mid tower.
And then she got off those Wraith Band that she loves to build in.
Yep.
And wow, such a good game. He has power treads already. I mean, not that it's over, but I mean, good game for Venge. He's very happy with this start.
He might go for Arcane Boots. I'm not sure if treads would be really nice to set up that swap. I'm not too sure. I think I've seen him get Arcane Boots. I don't remember exactly though.
I really don't like the Vengeful Spear with Arcane Boots. I think she benefits so much from just having that little extra stats and attack speed.
Oh, you're a Treads guy on Venge?
Yeah, I'm a Treads guy.
I see. Now I feel like the face might be a little bit better because you could get in your swap range a lot quicker. We'll see what he actually gets, and talk about that one. Meanwhile, we have Venomancer still sticking around with the mid tower down. I think they're a little bit more susceptible to gank, but if you look at the other lanes, they're not exactly the best ganker. Like, Dazzle's not a great ganker. Rasta can be one, but, you know, that really still depends. So, I think they're fine.
Dazzle really sucks as a ganker.
Right.
He's really bad. Rasta is not even the best one either, so they definitely got more stale lineup, which is kind of what you go for when you have a Broodmother as well. It's typically very stale, and they're farming jungle with his creeps.
Yep. And
so
Shadow Shaman is going to hit level 5 and 6 fairly in a decent timing, and the question is, will they lose more tower before that? I think once they hit level 6, they could, you know, maybe answer back a little bit more, but we'll see.
They need to get it up.
And here comes this Chen on the top lane. Maybe they can go for a gank or a push. I don't think they could push into this lane, because Boba with this Sithering Crush, a decent defender on tower, especially if you have Shadow Wave.
I'm gonna have to go now for my practice game. It's up and everyone is in. Gonna play some against the newly sponsored guys, and yeah, I'll be looking into how this game went.
All right, thanks for staying.
Yeah,
and I'll see you
next
later.
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
That was Waga, by the way, captain of Infused Dota, and I'm all alone now. So this game is a little bit difficult to call at this moment, because if you look at the late game advantage, the heroes mostly in the favor of Radiant side. So they're going to give a chase on the top lane. No, they're going to go for the Wild Gun. Meanwhile, we had a kill on the bot. That was against a Broodmother. Did they have Dust? That's what's the question. They had a pair of Sentry Ward, and that was all they needed. Looks like they're going to transition into a push. Yes, I do have Atri. That's true. How can I forget about you? And push is going to be happening as we see level 1 ward being dropped down. I also see this a lot. Venomancer generally scales a lot into their Serpent Wards, but instead this Arza scales his Venomancer into his nuke. This is definitely a non-standard way to build, but really taking advantage of that slow, taking advantage of the damage output of that nuke. And yes, we are going to see threats on the Vengeful Spirit, like Waga previously suggested, having the extra stats to work with, and a little bit more tanky is always nice. So right now we do see our Absolute Legend getting shut down very hard, but I don't think they're too afraid about this or too worried about this, because their lineup really takes off in the mid stage of the game. But that might just be too late, because Navi really aggressive and they push very hard, and that's exactly what they're doing. Mid tower is already down. And Invis Rune is pop, but look at that, they are ready, and he's gonna get Burrow Strike right here. No. They definitely saw him. I'm sure of that. Absolute Legend. Musica is gonna go on the top lane. But their mid lane might be in a little bit of trouble as it's going to get hammered down by creeps. Here comes Chen with his 2 creeps. Maybe they're going to make a go on Godot. That's a question. Shaco Shot and Boba? We'll see. It looks like Godot is going to be in trouble. Shaco Shot, is it going to latch? Shaco Shot not attempted just yet. It is going to be just for the mini stun. Boba now in a little bit of trouble. And the guy gets popped as we see Puppy and there's a TP in from the Vengeful Spirit. Magic Missile is going to hit and it's going to go down. Look at the damage output of that Venge. He's already level 7, Magic Missile is already maxed, and of course his damage output is very, very strong in conjunction with that tier and double Wraith Band. So another early game kill being picked up by Havos, and this again is another tower being picked up. Like I said, Navi says, well, even though you guys have better mid game, it don't matter if we don't get there. As they're really putting a lot of pressure on the top tower. Meanwhile, Dandy defending his bot tower. That bot tower did get destroyed. I wonder if it's denied though.
Radiant's top tower
Is there any way to
fallen.
check? Nope. Tower was destroyed on the bot lane by how do I get rid of this? There you go. Did he use his master boards? Yes, he did. So
Radiant's top
so far tower is 2-1. But you expected the dire side to be in the lead because they do have Chen and whatnot. Here we go. Here comes the Slardar. Can we get a Hex off? That he hexed the wrong target. That's not good. Magic Missile is going to hit. Test of Fave. Look at the damage output. He's going to get burst down. But are they going to get any kill though? They might get Havos. We do see a Grave on top of him right now. He's going to be fine. Here comes the Dazzle. But he is going to get persuaded back. Yes. No. He gets picked off here. But meanwhile, Winner picks up a kill. Double kill by Winner. I think he picked off Dazzle as well. Here comes Musica with the double damage. He did pick off Chen. Does he have mana to keep on chasing? He does have his battle, but he cannot regen right now because he's getting hit down. Nope, he's going to turn back right now. But trading a double here for a Rasta Dazzle for a double on Musica, that's definitely a good trade. That's a trade that they want. And if you're ever down like this, any even trade is a trade that you want to take. Especially if your carries are getting the kill. So they're happy with that one. Bot lane Shaitan trying to defend this lane, but Denny being ever so annoying with that Sand King. You can see that he's maxing the Sandstorm instead of the Burrow Strike. Now he just takes a point into Burrow Strike. By the way, skilling Sandstorm will allow you to reduce the cooldown, more damage, make the duration last longer, etc., etc. And against a Broodmother, very good skill to scale up. Puppy's going to be going back to jungle, getting a couple more creeps. He is level 7. Holy Persuade is maxed. The max cap is picking up 3 creep kills. Not only that, we had a glimpse of him trying to send his teammate back home. Of course, when you Holy Persuade a creep, those creeps will get it will get extra HP bonus. Vol's trying to set up a gank on Snoopy. Snoopy's going to run back to tower and we'll be fine. Snoopy, by the way, fairly effective play so far. Despite that he started out as a support on the bot lane, was able to jungle up with the help of the Broodlings. And was able to push down towers with this Mass Serpent Wards. And it looks like they are going to find Chen. And are they going to set up the gank? That's the question. Tornado is down. And I do believe Chen is going to go down. Nicely done, protecting their own jungle. Of course, this this ward really helpful in terms of seeing Puppy coming in. And they're going to pick off a couple of creeps as well, I think. Back on the bot lane here, you can see Dandy and Venge pushing this tower. Is he going to go for the deny? That's the question. No deny being attempted here by the Broodmother. And that's another tower going in terms of NaVi. NaVi taking down 3 tier 1 towers. Meanwhile, they're only losing 1 so far. They are the aggressor in this lineup here. And just turned daytime. Seems like Absolute Legend cannot be as aggressive. And NaVi will continue to be aggressive and start taking tier 2 towers now. Arcane Boost is up on Sand King. We'll be going for a Blink Dagger, of course. Arzard has the treads. He does have the Venomous Gale max, as I mentioned earlier, and now probably going to put a little bit more point back into Plague Wards, because it is a very, very decent pushing tool. Now Shaitan has to back off. He does have treads and 1700 gold in the bank. I do believe Black King Bar is the item that he has to get in this game. Orchid would be really nice as well, and we might see him do that, but against a Epicenter, against all these stuns and slows, I think Black King Bar will be extremely, extremely helpful. Here comes this 3 or 4 man push on the bot lane. They do have Chen coming out the jungle as well. He only got 1 creep. He's going to pick up this creep as well. That's going to be very helpful in terms of nuking down the creep wave. And here we go. Sentry Ward is dropped down. Broodmother should not depend on his web too much. And of course, Vengeful Spirit is level 8, so you always have to be careful with that swap. This ward, is it under tower range? It might be under tower range. Dazzle and the Rasa in position. Of course, they have Teleport Scroll, I assume, on Teal. That is Slardar. Yes, he does have a TP scroll, and Musica has not a TP scroll, so he's got to get into position. But he's going to be seen as he walks into this tower to defend it. Chen creeps on the tower. Here comes Musica, I think. Standing by the... It takes over a Brewling. Okay. That was interesting. Musica will be seen by the Dark Ring, which is Light of Heaven, as he's making his way down here as well. Good defense here from the Radiant side so far, and that's going to give Slardar, who's, if you're looking at minimap, free farming on the top lane for now. Of course, he can, again, TP in any moment's notice, so he could be still very helpful. Here comes Light of Heaven as well. This is a full-scale 5-man push. No Blink Dagger up on our Dendi just yet. I do believe they're going to give up this tower, as it's a little bit too hard to defend. Got to be always worried about that eventual swap. She's pulling ahead, and looks like he is going to go for Point Booster first. No indication of whether this is going to finish the full Acceptor or it's going to transition into a Force Staff or something like that. But that tower goal, regardless, will be extremely helpful. Checking the tower goal difference, you can see a very, very strong lead, about a 7,000 goal lead for their NaVi squad, and they're going to try to transition and gank. This, we're completely seeing that, but I don't think they're really looking for a gank. In fact, they're going to just go for a push. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Puppy's going to find another creep in the jungle. He's got arcane boots, and it's about 150 go away from Mecha, and once that Mecha is completed, that push is going to be so much harder to stop. Arcane boots regenerating mana, Mecha giving armor and HP bonuses. Nice. And even though they're not getting the as many levels because they're pushing S5, well, they're getting a lot of gold. And sometimes item can make up that small level differences. And because they're leading by 4 kills, maybe they are leading by levels as well. I'm too afraid to check because the teamfight could break out very easily. As we see a Rax attempt 16 minutes in from Dendi and his NaVi squad, and this push has to be defended. Tower half HP. I do not believe Glyph is used or ready yet. Slaughter trying to push down the top tower. It is going to get pushed off, and this teamfight might be breaking out very soon. They do see Boba TPing back. Yeah, so no reaction, but here's the Blink Dagger being purchased. I think Mecha is being purchased as well. Here's a Mecha. Yep, they're gonna wait for those items to come in before teamfight breaks out. So for anyone that are just watching right now, we are watching Absolute Legend versus NaVi. Generally, we have a best of 2 series, but both teams have agreed to play this as a best of 1. Seems like NaVi is in a slight edge right now. As you see Blink Dagger up on the Sand King, Mecha is also up, and he's going to have himself a haste rune. The Sand King will have an explosive ultimate in the next fight. Absolute Legend Shatan will be going for the Black King bar as previously suggested. And they're going to back off for now, maybe going for the... No, he's going to go for defend. I was going to say, are they going to go for the Roshan? And this is a good time for the Absolute Legend guy to maybe set up a gank, or maybe go for a tower push or something. Try to get the creeps a little bit pushed out, give himself a little bit more time to prepare for the next push. Puppy senses that as well, and is going to be pinging for a defense on the mid lane. And I wonder whether they realize that Sand King's Blink Dagger is up. Absolute Legend generally a very defensive team. Not going to take the fight to NaVi, and going to be defending for now. Creequilibrium very well in the favor on the bot lane as well, so Arzar had to defend on the bot lane at least for now. Vanguard's finished on the Night Stalker, and that's huge. That's absolutely huge in terms of allowing him to survive. And yep, that is going to be a Roshan attempt. Look at the DPS output of this Venge. He's hitting at about 100 per pop. Of course, that has nothing with the Venge aura yet. And we have a Yasha already up on Vengeful Spear as well. This is exactly a DPS Venge. Pause and say go. Okay, that's... Here we go. I do believe they suspect a Roshan engagement is happening, but can they defend this? That's the question. Looks like no attempt to defend this. Maybe the Spiderlings will go for a Roshan steal, destroy the Aegis. Nope, Light of Heaven's gonna pick that one up. And Absolute Legend didn't get too much in return for that. They didn't get a tower push. They didn't get too much ground control or anything of that sort. Quick item check before the next team fight happening. Black King bar might be up before the next team fight. Force Staff is up on the Windrunner. And it looks like he's going to go for a very early Hex Rush. We do have Mecha up. Oh, still no Mecha just yet here. Venomancer, what does he have? He has the Headdress as well. Of course, the very standard items on everyone else. Vanguard is finished on the Night Stalker. And same on Slaughter. So they're going to be extremely tanky in conjunction with their power threats. Godot and Snoopy doesn't have too much of anything. At least Snoopy has on Arcane Boots. And of course... Whether the Broodmother finish the Black King bar will be absolutely crucial for the next fight. Looks like he won't have it. He's about 600 gold short. Yeah, he's not going to have it before the next team fight. Shackle Shot not going to latch. And Windrunner about 1,200 gold away from his Hex Stick. Are they really going to try this push? We'll see. It is nighttime, so the Night Stalker will have a huge advantage. But, and still no level 11 Venge just yet. That swap range not the best. Three Centaurs up for Puppy. And these are going to make great frontline tankers. As you can see, 1400 HP. That's a lot of HP to go through, especially if you don't have too much AoE. I mean, there's the Ether Shark. That's it. That's really the extent of their AoE. I guess there's a Shadow Wave. But it's not even max yet. Shatan gotta be very careful, and this time one doesn't have the blocking bar. And here we go, the push gonna start. Mecha already used, and so is Glyph. There's a weave being dropped down. The armor these guys will drop down very rapidly, and that's gonna force them back, at least for now. They still have the Shadow Shaman wards. Meanwhile, Musica on the background trying to get some backstab. They're gonna just wait out the weave for now. A very slow push coming in from NaVi. Shotgun shot not gonna latch. Mid tower's gonna be destroyed. Still no defense coming up. Tower destroyed not gonna mean too much. It looks like the fight is gonna happen around Light of Heaven. Arzar drops his ultimate, and here comes Shatan. He pops a blacking bar, but look at Dandy with that epicenter. Shatan's gonna grave, but he's gonna go down. Yes, Hovo's gonna. Wow, nice swap, and that's gonna mean the mid-racks double kill. Immediate buyback from a Broodmother, but only Broodmother buying back is not gonna be enough. Suntar Creep still alive right now. This mid-racks is going to go down for sure. And the question is, how much more will Navi get? Will they swing down on the bot? That's the question. Broodmother trying his best to drop as many nukes as he possibly can. But that's not going to defend the mid-racks. One team fight to determine this game. At the very least, that's going to put Navi in a very strong lead. And I do believe they're going to back off for now. And then go for the next push. Windrunner, by the way, still has his Aegis, and he just had Hex to be finished. Gold difference chart to point out. Jesus. Holy moly. That is just absolutely insane. Dendi and his Navi squad putting a chokehold on Absolute Legend. I think right now they're going to take whatever moment they have in time in terms of getting more farm to buy back on Shatan. Really hurt himself. And these creeps on the mid lane is not going to give him too much gold to show for it either. Maybe they're going to go for a mid tower push. They do have some Spirelings running. I don't think Navi will give up the tower for free though. We'll see if they are. Then he's going to be pushing the top lane. He's going to be up to about 3k gold after this. Maybe he's going to go for a Black King bar. Maybe he's going to go for a little bit more HP. Maybe he's going to go for a little bit more armor, as these guys deal quite a bit of physical damage. Glyph is going to use for the mid tower, and that's going to delay them. But yeah, it seems like Navi's not going to defend this. No, there's a single teleportation. That's Dendi coming in. Are you seriously? Dendi by himself is going to defend against 5? Well, that's exactly what we're seeing right now. As Absolute Legend don't want to really mess with the enemy team, especially when they have the big creeps helping them out. Quick item progressions in terms of both team. Mecha is finished on the Chen. It was finished for a long time. He was using it over here. And of course, Vengeful Spirit still on the Yasha. Let's see how much gold she has. 27, so she's going to have Manta in the next fight. Blink Dagger up, and he's, by the way, has 3k gold in his bank as well. Hex is up on the Light of Heaven. There's a Manta style. And looks like Pipe is finished on the Venomancer as well. Seems like Navi, just from their item slot, they're so ahead. And there's really nothing Absolute Legend can do about it. Boba's level 9. Snoopy's level 8. And the level disadvantage not really in their way. Their only hope for now is Broodmother, whether he could farm up to Blink Dagger before the next push comes in. And he's in a very familiar territory, 700 gold. And he's going to try to farm his way. If he lasted this tower, he will be able to get up to a Black King bar before the next fight. But that's only if he lasted the tower. Broodmother does not have a teleport scroll. I think he needs to send one into himself right now. Because it don't matter if you have Black King bar, if you're not, yeah, he's going to just run all the way back now. Maybe he realized that he doesn't have a TP scroll either. Godot has a TP. Musica has a TP. And these guys have a TP as well, but they got to be in position to drop down those Serpent Wards. Tower is destroyed. They're going to go for a swap. Blink Dagger up, and there's a force have him out as well. Rasa drops down his wards before he dies, but those wards, the life expectancy is going to be really low. Manta style gets popped on the Vengeful Spirit. Look at the damage output. Musica gets shackled along to Boba. Boba's going to go down shortly after. Shachan trying to right click, but he's stunned up as well. Here comes Dendi to finish it, and that's GG. 24-minute victory from Navi, making it look ridiculously easy, and that's going to be the first loss for Absolute Legend in the Premier League. And G's going to be called. Farming Venge from Navi. Going to take this game. We won't have a game number 2 because both teams agreed on this is going to be a best-of-1 series. And shout out to Absolute Legend for playing these games in really dire situations. Starting your games 2 a.m. in the morning, playing into 6 a.m. in the morning. Massive disconnects, massive reconnects, waiting time,
Radiant's middle
and it's just tough. And this game, they kind of just got rolled over by NaVi. NaVi will take this victory, and that is gonna be the game. I'm waiting for the Radiant to disconnect to get the end game menu. Light of Heaven is just come on. Come on, guys. Light of Heaven controlling all 5 guys by himself. Is Godak gonna leave or what?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, and I do believe that is an CLG game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Godak has disconnected. The Ancient Fortress is destroyed. The reason I'm waiting for this is I'm waiting to get the endgame menu up. And very well played by NaVi. The same strat that's been they've been running against many teams.